Hey.
Ladies
Of course, I'm
and
gonna start dancing.
gentlemen.
We are in here.
Damas, damas y caballeros, we here. We back.
Do I know how to say? Oh, sí. Look, I don't forgot how to say yes in Spanish.
We
I'm
back,
so used to
y'all.
saying we. We are back, you
Mm-hmm.
guys. This is the episode 2. That's what I meant to put in the description. God damn it, I knew I forgot something.
Número
Episode 2.
dos.
Episode 2.
Wow. We got all the languages.
Oh my god. Okay, and then let me do the link thing in the comments, right?
Yeah. You can do it. I can do it.
Oh, you can do
You
it
know how
too?
to do it?
Okay.
I can
I
do
don't
it
see
too.
where I can comment right now.
Oh, wait. No.
Oh,
This
the
is you.
chat. The
Oh, no.
chat,
I
right?
can. Yeah. I think. No, no, no. I think the chat starts when people start. Let me check and see on YouTube. Oh, somebody's there.
Hey.
Hey, y'all. Ace Bledsoe. I know Ace
What's up,
Bledsoe.
sis? How are you?
Ace Bledsoe was there when I was at your house, and you did your
Oh
first live.
yeah. Yep.
It was there.
That's right.
I'm gonna put it in the comments on YouTube. I guess they don't let me put it
Thank
on
you.
here.
Thank you guys for tuning
Mhm.
in. We are so hyped. Like we've been like all week, like, oh my God. Like
We was like, oh, we got to talk about this, and you know what happened to me today? Like,
oh my God.
people gotta
It's
know.
just
People gotta know.
it's too easy because it's just life. Like it's our life.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay, let me see who I
Oh,
can.
we love you too. We love you too, sis.
Oh
Thank you.
yes, that's what we
Thank
about.
you.
We about all the love. I love
Yes, right. That's how we
everybody.
got to start off with our disclosure. Y'all know this is all about love. Everything that we're sharing and talking about and exposing. We are not here
Mhm.
to exploit Africa. We're actually very
No.
sensitive about Africa. And
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah, we're just here to explain our experience, no cap, and some subjects may
Negative
not
or
be specifically
positive.
that, but say it again.
I said, and it may be a negative or positive, but we still
Right.
about the peace and love and growth and all
Yes.
that.
We're here to normalize negative things not being so negative in Africa. Like it's just what it is.
Life is
Right.
life. People think Africa got to be perfect for them to go there. Like, who said that? Like,
Literally.
says
They be
who?
like, what? You don't get everything you want? Everyone doesn't always say yes. Like, just like what? Like it's not
Oh,
perfect there.
Somebody stole something from you. They
Right.
charged you an extra $1. You better leave now.
Right. Someone took your cell phone. Oh my God, I would never move there. Like it's just so extra. Like
Mm-hmm. That's
so
bad.
we're here to
Dante Mills.
normalize.
What's up, Dante Mills?
Dante, hey, what's up?
All right, I put
Thank you for
the
tuning
stream in the
in.
chat. I put
Huh?
the stream in the chat. So this is our first call-in show. Let them know.
You put what in the chat? Oh yeah, you put the thing in there, the link.
Yeah, it should show up. It should.
Oh,
Yeah, it'll
okay.
show up in a minute.
Okay.
I think it will. Did I?
So you guys, tonight's episode is exciting because it's our first time allowing you guys to come on. So we're going to have a time frame where y'all can come on and ask questions, and just remembering that it's all love and don't be weird, okay? And it's all good vibes and just no cap. And people
I
from
muted
wherever
myself.
you're
Yeah.
oh, you mean yourself.
No, I was
No
saying,
matter
tell
where
us your
you're at.
experiences. Mm-hmm.
Yes, no matter where you're at. Some people are here that are watching us. They have migrated already. Some people are local Senegalese people that watch us. It doesn't matter where you are, just like we did last week. If y'all have any questions or y'all just want to share, y'all just want to show some love, whatever, let us know. And you can you can click the link, and then it's like first come first serve that will add you
Mm-hmm.
in.
Yeah. So we'll get into that a little later. We're gonna
Yes.
start with, how our week was going. We'll go through the comments and stuff, and then after a few minutes, we'll start letting people come in.
Yes. So how was
I'm
your
just making sure
repat?
the link went through.
Oh, okay. How was your
Okay.
repat week, sis?
Oh man, you could ask how was my repat day.
How was your repat
Today
day?
was today was eventful enough. The week was busy actually. Like people been coming over, visiting, and like unexpected stuff be happening. I really feel like housewives of Senegal. Like my life is so. You want to go to lunch? You want to get dressed up and go to the beach and just like chill? Like today, I
Yes.
went to a brunch. It was a brunch at my like this. I call my neighbor, even though I don't have no neighbor, but they're close enough. I'm gonna call them neighbor. And she had the drums. They had like it was all these. I don't want to say housewives of like I don't want to say high society, but it's what you would think is like the creme, the like the fancy people. Like they got all dressed up. It was just a girls' brunch, and it was so
Mm,
much fun. Like the
really?
kids had fun. They got the pool. They got hors d'oeuvres, and it was just really nice to be able to have time to do stuff like that. Like people could just have a party for no reason, like and it's no stress. Like I have to do a
Yes.
birthday party for and do all this stuff and spend all this money. It was just like
Yes.
chill. So that was a good thing that happened today. That was fun. I didn't expect. It wasn't planned. Like I just on a whim. And then, but earlier
So
today, we had somebody working at the house who got injured. But it was interesting
mhm.
because like we had to do the whole thing, take him to the hospital, and we got to see, or I got to see how the medical system worked, you know.
Mm,
And so he cut himself really bad with a saw or like an electric thing. The
mm.
wind was blowing and it got caught. His shirt was blowing, so it got caught in his shirt and that like rip, like cut through. It didn't
Um,
hit any organs or anything, but it was like he had to get stitches, like, you know. And so,
mm.
my husband took him to the Amadou took him to the hospital, paid for his stitches and whatever they had to do, give him an IV and all that stuff. Do you know
Mm.
how much it costs?
Girl, just tell me. 'Cause I'm just ready to be like, I can't. These the price is here. How much was it?
It was like 50, $60 for everything.
It's amazing.
For everything. And it was just a local hospital. If it had been more serious, they would have sent him, somewhere else to get surgery
Yeah.
or whatever. But at least they know, when something is too serious for them to handle. But it was the hospital right here in Malakunda, like in the boonies, like,
Right.
and
And
they
you said
saw him right
50. You're talking
away.
about 50 US. So 25
His
thousand
medicine.
safer, which is nothing. Is That's even more of nothing when it's 25,000 safer, and then 50 US.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, so he took him to the hospital. He got stitched up. He got like you can go to ER in America and be waiting for hours. Like this was in the morning, and hmm and they'll ask you for insurance and all this other stuff. Like he went to go get his pharmacy medicine. Went back there. He was all sewn up,
Yes.
and you know you gotta pay to play, but at the same time you ain't paying like crazy out of pocket if you don't have to. They're not gonna
Right.
charge you extra. We gotta make sure you don't have. I mean, they make sure to make sure you don't get an infection and stuff. But it's like they don't do extra stuff just for the sake of charging you. Well, let's
Yeah.
do an X-ray. Let's do an internal
Mm-hmm.
this. Let's do it. They
Mm-hmm.
pray and then they do what they got to do, but it's not like
Yeah.
extra like precaution in the sense that like
Mm-hmm.
you abuse it. Like there's extra precaution for the sake of for the sake of somebody's life, but then there's Like we're gonna do extra precaution for everybody, so we can charge everybody, and that's So that was
Yes.
interesting. That
That's
was
true
very
though. Like
interesting.
what you said, I've had the same experiences with friends that have had to like take their kids to the doctor, any kind of thing, even the hospital. Like it's very interesting because you don't do all that waiting. I'm just like, how is there no waiting system? And then like it's fast. Like I don't know how it is there, but here we have like the doctor's cell phone numbers. Like it's so personal and it's so like, hey, I'm here, I come. Can I, hey, I got this thing. Can I send you a picture of my situation? And then it's just so easy. And then the pharmacy,
They
if you
come to your
needed it,
house.
something. Yeah, they come to your house. Yep, and that's super affordable. It's crazy. It's like, wow, this is different. Like total opposite.
Hmm. Yeah,
I was
it was amazing to see and like compare because I've only been to the dentist here, but to see something that serious, like his cut was like maybe almost a foot long. It's that like
mm,
yeah,
damn,
yeah, in his abdomen.
damn.
So yeah, and he wanted to work after, like, not even sit down and rest. We're like, dude, like, go home, and and then
Right.
and then he paid his taxi, and he's over here apologizing to Amadou, like, sorry, man, because he didn't
Damn.
finish his work and all.
Yeah.
And Amadou's like, you're the one who's hurt, and it's like,
Right.
and Amadou, even Amadou, he lived in the States for 10 years. He was like, if this happened over there, somebody would be suing you. Even if
Yes.
they wasn't gonna sue you, their family gonna be like, you need to sue them. It's on their
Yep.
property, and like,
Yep.
and then we how many thousands of dollars, you know, in debt from that, and we're able to freely be like, look, man, you're in a situation. We already paid him for the work because he had to get materials and stuff. So he was already
Hmm.
doing the work. We paid him in advance, but like we still were able to afford to be able to pay for his hospital bill. Like, you know,
That's
it's
amazing.
it's
Yes,
yeah.
I love that. That's a really good experience to share. It's making me think about all the different times that I've had to help people with those experiences, like hospitals, and I mean, just the prices. Like it's fun. Like my reaction to hearing the prices on stuff, I just laugh. Like the other day, Titus had broke the glass door in my house, the glass doors that go outside to the balcony. He pushed a
Mm-hmm.
skateboard into it and broke the glass door. So we had to get it fixed. This price, I can't even do nothing but laugh because just knowing what it is in the
Really?
states, it's a joke. So it was 15,000 for the glass, and then which is what was 15,000, like $20 or something.
30 or
30,
20,
30.
27.
Right. So about almost
Mm-hmm.
30 for the glass itself and
Mm-hmm.
5,000 mil for the labor. So $8, right? For the labor. And I mean, this is a whole real glass, a big old glass door. And I'm like, oh my God, this is ridiculous how cheap this is. Even when we need a plumber, when I need anyone to come fix something, I'm not paying any more than like $10. It's ridiculous. Like it's
That's
amazing.
how that's how you know who the real scammers are, because we overcharge in our old country for everything.
Yeah.
And yeah,
And
it's
yeah, it
amazing.
doesn't even, you don't even need all that. I just be amazed. I literally was in here cracking up. When he told me the price, I was like, I don't even feel right. Like, I don't even feel right paying him 5,000 for
Because
this
it's
labor.
glass. It's like glass.
Right. You made a whole door in a day, like a glass door. I wouldn't pay you more than that. Like,
Mm-mm.
that's amazing.
All right.
Let's get,
You wanna get into the comments a little bit?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can click on
So,
them and it'll highlight
oh,
as
that's
we
right.
go.
Let's try that.
Try it out.
Yay,
Oh,
we
you
did
did it. Good job.
it.
Did you skip some, or
That was it.
we doing all of them? It's
Yeah, I'm gonna try
more
it.
before
There's
that
more
though.
up there. Oh, I was just going to order.
Hmm.
Do you all have a WhatsApp or Facebook group so that newbies can link? Yes, we do. What's
Yeah,
the
plenty
Facebook?
of
What's the
them.
Facebook group sis?
Uh,
Can you put it in a
African
can?
diaspora. Yeah, for sure. Let me
Okay.
put it in a thing. Yeah.
Yes, we do have a group
Let
on
me actually.
Facebook.
I'll link it.
Thank you, and
No,
thank
but there's
you
a
for.
no. There's
No, I'm
comments
gonna go.
before her, or does it not show you that?
I
Blesso
just
and
see.
oh, we already read those.
Yeah,
You scroll. You scrolled up.
she said I will pretend I'm there. That's exactly
Uh,
that's what we want you to do. Pretend like you here
yes.
until you get here.
There you go.
That's how I
That's
got
how you
here.
keep hope
Pretending.
alive.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
That's right.
Mhm.
And thank you, Julia. Thank you so much for just showing your appreciation for our transparency. So yeah, we
Yeah.
want to
It's
connect with
not
you for
easy to
sure.
do,
Right. It's not. Oh,
but
you're
it's for
coming
the
in two
greater good.
weeks. Dope. So yeah,
Yay!
link with us.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
I'm gonna put the diaspora group in the comments. That's for
okay,
African diaspora people specifically, but there's other groups for expats here too,
right,
if that doesn't fit
right. So you guys, if y'all are interested, you can come into our Facebook group, and you can link with people that's in there. She said it's ridiculous. I left the ER the last time I was there and couldn't wait any longer. That's crazy. I
you.
mean, I really thought like
Yeah.
we're in, I'm here in Dakar where it's New York City and there's still no wait. I'm
Mhm.
like, what is going on? Like you don't have to wait for
People only
me.
go when they have to, probably.
Yeah, it's gotta be that because it's just like it's never wait. Um, okay, Vibrant Organic said, I see the both of you have lots.
Did the link show up?
I don't see it.
Oh yeah, we did. She copied off of me.
Wait, oh yeah, okay. I was gonna say because I had mine like 4 years ago too, but I think you had yours longer than that.
That's true. That's
Is
true. That's true.
she said, or I'm sorry, he or she said, is it expensive to buy black hair products in Senegal and the Gambia? Is it expensive? Um, I've been to a couple of beauty supply stores. It is it's a little bit more because things have to be shipped from other places. So
And
yeah, I
important.
wouldn't just say it's crazy expensive, but yeah, it is a little. It's more than it would be down there. I see the link now.
I suggest. Okay, the link showed up. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I would say make your own. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's the link. No, that's the link to the group. The link is not showing up. The stream. The
Oh
stream.
yeah.
Maybe you can, but it wasn't showing. Try again. Am
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I still here?
Yeah. I don't know why it
Okay.
didn't come up. Let me go back and look real quick. Yep, I don't see it.
Yeah, every time I put it, it looks like I'm trying to put the link, guys, for the StreamYard for those of you who just got on, so you guys can call in and we
You
can
can
talk
tune
to you and
in.
stuff. I did put the link for the Facebook group that I created for diaspora that live here or that are coming here or would have visited here, what have you. The Facebook link should be there, Julia. I see it, but the link for the StreamYard, I don't know why it's not showing. I'm gonna try it again. Hold
I'll
on.
give you a second
But you can still search African diaspora in Senegal for the
for the
in
group.
case the
So you
link
can
didn't
see.
show.
Mhm.
Okay. Let me know, Daylight, if you see the StreamYard link come up in a minute, cause
Okay. Okay.
it
So
act like it posts and then it disappears. Okay, cool.
oh no, that's not it. Oh, okay, yeah. She said she sees the
Yeah.
Facebook group now. Dang. Okay,
Okay.
so I'll just share a little bit
No
of how my
problem.
day was, and then you can try and get that link in there because we want to hear from you guys, and we don't know what's going on.
Mm.
If you, well, let me try it. Maybe it will
You
work.
see? Yeah, it keep on saying that. Yeah, you do it. Maybe it's a different way
But
to
I
share
don't
it.
be knowing how to do nothing. I be acting like like I'm 200 years old on here.
No, 'cause
Uh, Okay, let's
No, the
see.
comments on I don't know if you can put it in the thing on the StreamYard, but I try to put it in the chat
I
here.
need
It's
to put it
showing for me
in the chat, right?
on YouTube. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's there now. You did it. You
Okay.
just did it, right?
Yay. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, it didn't work for me. Maybe because it's your channel.
Right.
That's why.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool, cool,
Okay,
cool.
guys. So if you guys want to come
There
in,
it
then you
is.
guys can just click the link and you guys will be backstage. And as we continue to talk, and then we will have that time allotted and then we'll bring y'all in one by one.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
what I just wanted to share about my day was the same thing that you said that I love about being here is that it almost feels like even when you got work to do, it feels like you're on vacation because you just it's so laid back and then you just don't know what's going to
Mm-hmm.
happen. You might get invited to a spot and then it's just chill and there's water and there's the weather and there's food and there's like good people and it just feels like that every day all the time. And today
It does.
me and Rita, we went to get pedicures and I was supposed to not this happens every day in my life. I was supposed to just come back home and then we ended up going to eat and then we ended up meeting people and then we went to another spot. Like it just turns into like this whole thing. Like and it's
Flexible.
great.
You got to
Like
be flexible, but it's
right, you got
fun.
to be flexible. You got to be open cuz you just never know. Like yeah, so I had took some time to reflect on that today because it's like not only is it that energy here, but then also you meet people and you just never know who you're connecting with. There's like connections everywhere. Like we met a guy that does like residency and this other guy that does like property management and just all these different people and this girl that owns this beauty
Mhm.
supply store and we're just it's just like hey how are you, oh we can work together, oh we can link up, like it's just everywhere all the time. Like so easy,
Yeah, you
so
don't
I
have
love that.
to. You don't have to worry about making appointments with people. Like it can just flow. People are more
Yes,
available here. It feels like everybody's retired in their 30s and 40s. Like that's
it does
how it
feel
feels
like
for
that.
me. As, as far as like you want to have lunch tomorrow, you want to have breakfast tomorrow, I'm gonna drop the kids off at school and we just go. And then while you're doing that, you get a call from your company or your work or whatever. But you still have the fluidity, like freedom to do stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
that's amazing because you could be on vacation or off from work or something in the States, but none of your friends are at the same time, so you just
Right.
be by yourself bored. But like here, and then or you gotta wait till you're 65 to have time to go bowling with your buddies and dominoes, whatever. But like here, we get it in all the time, and I still do productive stuff. Like I'm still
Yes.
taking care of business at home. I'm still, but
Everybody
it's just
is
the
like that's
attitude.
yeah. Everybody's working hard. People up at 5 a.m. to start their day to get to work, but it's like no matter what, it still feels like you just chilling. Like even the way I love
Hmm.
that I can have a meeting. This might be something that we complained about back in the States. CP time, which I now call African time. Color people time don't got nothing on African time. Okay, that's one thing. That's a
Nope.
whole subject right there. Because if you have
the
a
the
meeting at
brunch.
11 and if you said what?
No, I was like the brunch I went to. I got there at 4 p.m. Like
The
I'm
brunch,
like
right?
walking in. Hmm.
Exactly. If you have a meeting at 11, you better not be there at 11. Or you way too early. Like you showed up way too early. So yeah, I love it.
Hmm.
Versus America, it's like you have to, it's like if you're not there 10 minutes before you late. Like it's just so
I
much.
feel stressed sometimes. I'll make an appointment to go to the nail salon or something, and I'm like, okay, I'm 20 minutes, 30 minutes late. Like, this is bad. I could say 10 minutes, 15, and Amadu's like, don't worry about it. They ain't tripping.
Right.
And I'm like,
Right.
I don't want to miss my appointment because if you're late, they'll like bump you for someone else in the
Right.
States. Here, it's
Mm-hmm.
not. Okay, go right in.
Yeah, it's like,
No
okay. Oh well,
problem. And
I
I'm
was
the
ready
only
anyway.
one straight.
Right.
Yeah,
You know
yes.
what?
Like,
When
it
we
worked
came
out
out there
perfect.
to Simone, when me and the kids came to Simone for the first time and we went and we got go-karts and the go-karts was like maybe almost $100 for that day, or like day and a half or something. And I remember that it was time to return it, the time that we set up to return it. And I was like panicking because we were about to be late. And I was telling Ryan and them like, yo, like we gotta get back. We got, like, I'm saying this for like hours, and they're like, they finally was like, yo, chill. Like, it's not like that. I'm like, no, we're gonna get charged for an extra day. Like, I just made this up in my head because this is what I'm used to. So I'm like, they're gonna charge us. Like, now we're an hour or two late. There's no way I'm paying for this again. And I'm just doing all this stuff. And they're like, this is Senegal. Like, this is Africa. Like, and they wasn't even tripping. We showed up like 3 hours, 4 hours late. It was like, okay. Actually, we showed up like 3 or 4 hours late, and the dude wasn't even ready. So we could have just been riding around with it longer. Like, he wasn't even there.
I'm telling you, Africa is the cure for anxiety, because like you don't have to stress about nothing. It don't matter if somebody get hurt. Like, somebody can get hurt. My niece is like 1.5, fell in the pool. I'm freaking out more than her parents and her, like, and they're like, she's fine. If she's fine, they don't worry about it. She fell, she cried, they got her. I'm like, y'all gotta, like, because we're just so like, you have to control everything and prevent everything and work. And I'm like, and they're like, if she fall, before she fell, they said if she falls, she'll learn. Now she knows not to get in the pool. She won't go by the pool no more.
Right.
You gave me a heart attack. But like, even the guy who got hurt today, like, it could have been like his insides was open, and he, like, basically he had a C-section.
Right. So right.
But he's like, he want to come back and work. Like, no, I just think that sometimes, people probably need to worry a little bit, but it's cool that people don't over stress, because that extends your lifespan. Like, you're not over using your heart, like, with all this adrenaline.
Exactly.
We're basically in the States, we're at the stress level, like, where your life is in danger all the time. What is that, fight or flight and all that stuff?
Yes,
like, we're
all the time.
So as soon as you retire from your job at 70 or 63 or whatever, your body's like, okay, I was under stress for 40 years. Now I get to rest, and it's like, I'm done. Like, that's it.
Yeah, that's very true. I don't think that a lot of us realize how much from getting in your car, even if, because some of us got the nerve to be like, oh, I'm not worried about the police or anything. So if you feel like that, it still doesn't matter. We just don't realize how that happens, how we might hop into that just from jumping into our car, just from being late for things, like all the different appointments and things. Like, there's so many different things that will have you in that fight or flight mode throughout your day, and we don't even notice that. Like, we've made it like a normal thing. Like, that's our normal life, is to be like rushing and to have to do this and be obligated here and there, and we don't even realize how abnormal that is. Constant stress.
We got any more comments?
Yes, we have comments. Let's see. It seems like there's no time in Senegal. Yes, right? That's really what it feels like. Not only does it seem like there's no time, but it also seems like, I don't know if you do this. I've spoken to a lot of people that move from the States, and everybody says the same thing, that our days kind of get mixed up. Like, sometimes, you know how, like, when you go on vacation and you really don't know how many days and what days, and you'll be like, was that yesterday that we did that, or the day before? We really don't know, because we don't even really be knowing what day it is.
I'm a dude don't know what day it is half the time. We be thinking it's Tuesday. We like, no, it's Wednesday already. Like, we didn't even, everything's a blur. Like, every day feel the same. The only difference for me is that I take my kids to school during the week. That's the only reason I know what day it is, or that it's a weekday. If it wasn't for that, like, I would be, sleeping in every day, work when I want, eat breakfast at 11, work on something for an hour or two, watch a movie, read a book, feed my dogs. Like everything is just somebody calls, like, let's do this. Okay. You can like clear your schedule. Nothing is
Yes.
set in stone. Everything is just
Yes.
you can
Everything
do it
is just what you
tomorrow.
want it to
Okay,
be. Yeah.
push stuff for the next day all the time. And I never used to
Mm-hmm.
do that in the States. I'm like, this got to be done today because tomorrow I got to do this, and I won't have the time to fit it in my little
Mm-hmm.
holes in my schedule. But here, I have my little schedule to keep myself organized, but I don't have to stick to it at all. Like today, I was supposed to go out somewhere, and then the guy got hurt. And so then I found out about another event later, and I'm like, oh, I missed one thing and
Just
I
gonna
got
do
to go
that.
to another. It was just like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how things happen. You feel free. It's kind of like when you're young and you don't have no kids and you could just do whatever.
Right.
Like, let's go, whatever. Okay, you know.
Mm.
So
That's a really
yeah,
good example, sis. Yeah, that's a really good
there's no
example because
time,
when
but it also
before you
feels
get
like there's
into,
not enough time.
ooh, my bad, it's such a delay right there. I can't even see you move, your mouth moving.
Yeah, it's like go ahead.
Okay. I was just gonna say, that's a really good example that you gave because you definitely are less stressed when you're a child, and that's exactly how it feels. It really does feel like it's just like, okay, well, I can do this and I can do that, and then, like what you said earlier about the flight or fight. If you think about it, if you're always living in this thing where it's like, I got to do this, I got to do that, it's like you feel this deep obligation to where if you cancel something or like when you cancel something, kind of like when a person decides to quit their job or something, like you feel bad, like there's some, like it's a deeper thing that's like, what is that? That's not normal for you to feel like, oh, I can't cancel this or I can't not do this because then I'm going to feel incomplete or productive or whatever it is. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me go to the next one. People do what they
Mm-hmm.
want whenever. That's right. I have a question.
Freedom, freedom.
once you right Once you marry someone from Senegal, what is the process of the person coming to the U.S. if that's your goal? Let me pass it over to
Huh.
Aisha.
90-day fiance. You should probably do the K1 visa for fiance before you get married in the States anyway. Or do a civil ceremony. So if you have a religious ceremony, you don't have to necessarily like you won't get documentation per se. So you're basically engaged as far as the U.S. is concerned if you got married in Senegal. But it's easier to apply for someone who is your fiance than your spouse because of the background checks and stuff that's required, I believe. It may
Hmm.
have changed. I did it about 12 years ago, but from what I heard recently, it's still a better process as far as getting what is it permanent temporary then conditional then permanent residency and citizenship. So yeah, it's easier now because you can do it online because what is it one of USCIS. You can just go to the USCIS website and it'll explain, and you can do it online
USCIS.
now, not
Mhm.
not like on paper when I was doing it, and you have to sign inside the line. If you go over the line, it's rejected. It's a whole bunch of stuff they go through.
Wow.
But um, but yeah, it's online now, so that's easier for y'all. So good luck.
Okay. Thank you for that. That's a good question.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna read Sarah's question. Hey, girl. um. Oh, it's that inshallah. Yalla. Okay.
Oh,
Wait. I
yeah,
can't. Okay. Yalabana. No, no culture. I am the planner and like order. I hate being unprepared or trying to figure things out after or that you could be prevented. My husband be on the God willing. Right.
Yes, it's stressful sometimes when they don't be stressed when you want them to be stressed. They just be
Yes.
chill. You're like, I'm gonna be this all by myself. Why I'm the only one worried about this? It's
Right.
crazy.
Because we so used to just being
Oh,
stressed.
all the time. It's normal.
Right.
Um,
My bad. This tripod is low.
Did you see
I can barely.
Julia Jones'
Yeah.
comment?
Uh-huh. You can read it if you want to.
Most African and Middle Eastern countries are so stress free when it comes to anything. Inshallah, God's will
Inshallah.
is what they normally say about issues concerning lifetime appointments, etc. That is exactly the case here.
That's
Exactly the
right.
case here. Everything is, if it's God will, I'll see you tomorrow. If it's God's will, everything will work out. And it's a good way to remind yourself that you're not in control of everything and you don't have
Mm.
the pressure or stress to make something happen. God is in control, the universe, whatever you believe, and makes things happen. And so you just go with it like whatever Mother Nature says. That's what it is,
Yeah.
and that's what you know. And
Mm-hmm.
with death too, it's really interesting how people are are more not very accepting like they like it, but more so able to accept it. Whereas we will be like, no, it shouldn't happen. It wasn't her time. Then and what I messed up. Did I go away?
Yeah, it skipped a little bit, but like my
Okay.
face. I'm like, no, no, you
No, I
good.
was saying good nonverbal communication. And then, but like people be, like we gonna sue the doctors or it's somebody's fault. They should have caught this cancer earlier. Like here, they don't go back and hash over that kind of stuff. It's no
Mm-hmm.
blaming or even when you don't say it in our culture, you still think it. Like when somebody died, we ask what happened, or oh, they was 45 years old. Dang, what happened, or what did
Yeah.
they have, or what? And the reason we do that, I'm convinced, because I do it, is because we want to make sure it's not going to happen to us. Like, okay, oh no, she was overweight, or they had this. Oh, okay, not gonna happen to me because I don't have that
Right.
problem. Or they had this. We try to rationalize it because we think we can control. Okay, so they had this. She was going through. That's their problem. But we do that like to kind of control our anxiety because we feel like we gotta prevent all these things. We gotta have insurance for cancer and getting it beheaded. If you get your head cut off, there's different kind of insurance. If you get like amputee, like we
Right.
think about so much stuff, but it's not us. Here, you just let it happen. Like I
Yeah.
asked my husband, like we come in here without medical insurance now. So what we gonna do in this situation? What do We'll be fine. We'll pray, save a little money if anything happens. But you still don't even think about it, so you're not putting the
Right.
negative stuff out there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
it's just
inshallah. We'll be good, inshallah.
hmm hmm
Julia
yeah,
said, this is
very
so
good.
true. I tell people that being in America is living in the matrix. You don't realize that something is wrong with this toxic lifestyle until you leave it and come back into the matrix. Mm.
Silent clap.
Yes.
Oh man, you gonna speak
Yes.
on
That
it,
is,
or I'm gonna
girl,
speak on it,
look, we're like, okay, you want to go? Yeah, I mean,
man.
she said it all. That is so true.
hmm I was just talking to my friend that I was telling you today in Panama. She lives in Central America. That's where she's from. And
Mm.
she was just talking about she couldn't come here to take her vacation because she might get a new job, and once you in there, you have to work a year for your vacation to come. And I was like, that's not fair. What if you already have plans? Like, you can't like just say, you can't just say don't pay me or like
Right.
whatever. Like, I'm like, that's not freedom. And
Yeah.
it's only, and I told her I was the same way, but now that I see that other people live differently, I can't go back to that. Like I
Right.
can't go
Right.
back to
Mm-hmm.
having to ask permission to take to, and it feels like it's a luxury over there. It feels like it's a luxury that only rich people should have, or only people with their own business that got money and stuff that they should have. But everybody deserves freedom. Everybody deserves to be happy. Everybody
Right.
deserves, but you just don't think it's possible, so you accept it. And now I look at my friends and I'm sad for them. Like they gotta wait till they retire, like to do stuff. They gotta wait till their mortgage is paid to do stuff. I'm just like, that's not fair. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't. For me, I don't care how much this place is called home. If I can't live how I want to live, I'm gonna have to find somewhere else. Like
That's
I'm gonna
right.
have to live in a field somewhere in a what is it, a tiny house. Whatever I gotta
Right.
do.
To make it
You
feel
only get
home.
one life.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I totally agree, man.
Yeah.
Like it's a totally different world. And I don't like we talked about this on last week's show. Like I think I would have a panic attack going back. Like I think after a few days, like I don't know what I would feel. I'd be like, oh, I gotta go back. Like that's how I feel. Just when I'm thinking about being there, just going back to all the thinking and and then
Mhm.
energy is so real. Like so many of
That's
us are empaths or sensitive to energy. So being away from that energy and all of that, like can't even put a name on it. And then going back into
it's
that,
contagious.
yeah, it's definitely a matrix. And Atmosphere said, Nenga def, mangifi.
Nagadef,
I'll be
y'all.
I'll be so excited. Nenga def.
What do you say? Merci, why? Merci, why?
Merci,
Hello, why?
bye. Merci, bye. Atmosphere. Oh, okay. So Sarah had a responded to the person that asked about marrying, I
Oh,
think Senegal. Oh, wait.
She needs to
Oh,
go to the Senegalese.
oh, I thought it went away.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she needs
The
to go
comment
to
looked
the
like it
Senegalese
disappeared. Go ahead.
government,
Mm-hmm.
then register and marry the following the religious one. You will file for the spouse visa. Submit the docs along with your tax forms, his photos, etc. Does the spouse visa, like, I forget what the requirements are, but I feel like that one they say from what I remember that one takes like years and years, and sometimes you don't get it or something. I forget what it is, but
Mm.
maybe that's different now. But I don't know why people make it seem like it's more of a long term. Like people be waiting for their spouse for 10 years to come to the States or like stuff like that. That's what I was thinking. But
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's not the case. That was just like
That'd be a good question.
one person scenario.
Yeah. Hopefully
Yeah,
somebody will
so
come
I'm
up with
not
that
sure.
answer. And then Atmosphere
Hmm.
adds that there was French or Willoff classes. They do exist here. I found quite a few of them. They just seem extremely pricey. And then the ones that I found that aren't, yeah, they haven't been like really legit. But I'm waiting. Like I'm looking for people that are willing to teach because I think that's a good business. It's so many of us coming here. That was one subject I wanted to touch on too, was how crucial it is to start to, if you can't even go halfway where you can at least catch a taxi and, order your food type thing. Like that's crucial. I think I'll do some videos
Hmm.
on my channel just to know the basics of, doing that in French or Wolof. But yeah, it's here though. There's people that go to the universities and stuff. There's definitely ways to go to class. There's apps too. I use the Memrise app, Audibles. So yeah,
You
maybe
can
I.
learn languages in a lot of different ways. I think for most people, immersion is a big one, along
Mm-hmm.
with instruction. So taking classes, everybody when I was growing up took Spanish classes, but not everybody actually used it or was immersed in it or was able to
Exactly.
apply it.
Right.
So I think if you don't speak a language at all or have situations or scenarios where you can speak it, the class kind of becomes a waste in a
It,
sense.
it is.
Um,
Yeah.
you'll be able to read it, but you won't be able to speak or practice hearing other people talk to you. But I think that the classes that they have are probably catered to tourists and foreigners, and so that's why they charge a lot. But this is
Mm-hmm.
a new market as far as people coming here to live, and we're living on. Some of us are living on a local budget, me right here,
Mm-hmm.
and not able to do that. So I think that you have to be creative. Netflix does the movies in French,
Yep.
the subtitles, or you can change the audio, or you can listen to. I used to listen to French rap music.
Uh-huh. Yep. That's what I
So
do.
when people ask me how did I learn Spanish, I tell them from my environment because I surrounded myself with it. TV, the same way I learned English. It was on the TV, it was on the radio, it was in the music, it was, you go around people who are using it. So I think
Right.
that
Exactly.
learning a language, we might get too much in our head and think that you have to study like school.
Yeah.
That helps you learn faster because you learn the rules, but to use it, it's always better to make sure you're immersed in it, like where you can talk to
Mm-hmm.
people. Yeah.
Yes. That's a really good point because I've seen people come here and do the classes and learn nothing because they're not speaking it. If you're not speaking it every day, you're wasting your money on the classes. You do have
Mhm.
to actually talk. Yeah, you do got to
Mhm.
communicate with
Mhm.
people. Even now, I've been like, okay, all right, y'all, I'm about to buckle down and get it. I've been telling all my African English speaking friends, I'm like, stop. Okay, we're gonna stop speaking to me in English. We're gonna speak in French so that I can actually be, because it's a crutch, when you have somebody that's speaking to you in English
Mhm.
all the time. So I'm like, yeah. So Robin talking to me, all my friends been speaking more French. Yeah, you got to talk it more.
Mhm. Yeah, and I
And
think that even if there's not a class, I would seek out something more informal, like a teacher or someone who speaks English that can tutor you. Versus, and that would be a lot more economical than I believe than a formal class that's set up to get people's money, in my opinion.
yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. Vibrant Organics asks, I have a question about the random kids begging on the streets of Senegal. Are these Taliban children or, I mean, who have been abandoned by parents? Um,
Taliban, not Taliban. They wrote Taliban. It's Taliban.
oh,
They didn't write
Taliban.
that
Okay.
correctly, but
Okay. Okay.
maybe
I'm
it
just
was an
gonna check.
auto spell check or
Okay. Yeah.
something. I
Okay.
have questions about the random kids. So the kids are not random, but there are, from my understanding, they are doing religious studies under a religious guide, and depending on where they're studying, some of the children may be from other countries, and they're sent to study here to do their religious teaching. And part of the rites of passage, or part of their one of their duties, a lot of things that they do is for like humility and learning. I think you said Rod did it too. I know
Mm-hmm.
my husband went through that too, but it just depends on the the quality of the place where their parents send them.
Right.
Some places the kids aren't abandoned. They eat. People in the neighborhood feed them. People give them cookies, candy, bread, money, things like that. But that's a part of their, I don't want to say assignment, but it's a part of their. If you notice, they're in a certain age range. Most of them are
Mm-hmm.
maybe like 10, sometimes 7, and like it's like a age where I guess a lot of people send their children to learn the Quran and stuff and do religious learning, and then at the same
Right.
time they spend the day going out acting. The intent of it is supposed to be, to learn humility. Like sometimes they may not uh, eat 3 meals or 2 meals a day, maybe, and then that teaches them for when they're older. Some of them, like they go home during the weekend to their family's houses. It's not all of them where they live there full time,
Yeah.
but it's a part of their religious learning. Sarah probably can tell you more, like, because she's lived
Yeah,
here
it's
for a
definitely
long time.
different scenarios because not even all of them are going to that learning. Some of them have how houses here with their
Mm-hmm.
parents, and their parents be down the street
Yeah.
or right next to them,
Yes.
and
Mm-hmm.
and then sometimes it is what you said, where and the key word is intention, because the intention is supposed to be where they're going through that kind of like rites of passage and the learning of the Quran and everything, and then it does depend on the quality of the place. And then, of course, there's some establishments that may be corrupt and may not be doing, things by the book, how they're supposed to do it. But that's the intention that it's supposed to be is some of them are like providing when they get in the money, they're taking it back to the teachers and providing like food and room and board and, all that. And then some of them they're just locally living here with their families and asking for it. Yeah. Okay, let me see. Okay, so she answered those questions for the anyone interested in the marriage and the residency.
Oh,
Looks like Sarah has some
okay.
good answers there.
It gives
Somebody said, I
permanent
need.
residency if you've been married less than 2 years. You get a provisional permanent resident. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
And you know what? Touching back on language, what I tell people too, and this some people may agree or not, but I kind of because some people come here with like you must learn Wolof or you must learn French, and I just tell people like it depends on what you're trying to do because even though Wolof is the original in the local language, most things aren't written in Wolof. Most things are written in French. For me, my Wolof that I learned is more like just natural from me, like having friends and me speaking. That's kind of I don't just like how I do with the French, where I got the app and I'm really trying to study. Is more so because of the business that I do. Like I had just realized when I'm having my meetings and stuff, my local events and stuff, it's like more people that speak French. So I think it just depends on the business that you're doing. Maybe what you're doing is, more like a local thing where, because you'll get some people that don't speak Wolof and you'll get some people that don't speak French. But just keeping in mind that you're not going to read things that are going to be in Wolof is a good thing too. It's going to be in French most of the time. Okay, let me move down.
We got some good comments.
I know, right? Somebody says, I have been practicing Wolof on YouTube, but I will try the Peace Corps. Oh, yeah. She did suggest the Peace Corps. That's good. Person who speaks English and other language. Julia said, this is good advice. People forget that we learn to speak before we learn to read. So if we could listen to people speak and communicate the language, I think that would be good.
Get out of our head.
Yes, that's right. We really, really do. Even when like with this Audible that I listen to, and when I give it to people and they're like, oh, well, I haven't finished it because I had to stop and write everything down. I'm like, that's exactly why you're not going to get it, because it has to do with repeating. Like your brain will learn things when it just hears it over and over again. There's some things I say in French and I didn't even know that I knew to say it, because I just repeated it so many times. I pronounced it so many times. Yeah, we kind of get in our head too much.
I think that people learn differently too, because kids learn easier than we do as far as just by being in the environment. But sometimes our brains don't absorb as much because I can sometimes hear some words and I always hear it like in a song or something, but I'll never know what it means, and I'll be afraid. I think because adults we like are self-conscious more. I'll be afraid to use the word because I'm like I need to make sure that I don't use it the wrong way. So if you second guess yourself, like you don't do that, and that's what I love about you because you just like say stuff and people will not correct you because we're like, she just doing so good. I don't even want to mess with it. But it's rare. It's rare to find. It's rare to find an adult that has that fearlessness like that. Because most of us probably like thinking like I have an accent. I don't want to sound bad. Somebody told me my Wolof was bad in a taxi. Like I was speaking all Wolof. Like Sarah would have been so proud of me because I was like saying the whole thing where I live. He didn't even know I couldn't speak Wolof, and then he was like one word I didn't know, and he was like, your Wolof bad, man." He was joking, but I'm like, that kind of hurt me a little. I'm like, man, I'm not gonna try no more.
Girl, me and Loretta was talking about that today. She was laughing at me because she definitely doesn't. She just moved here 3 months ago, so she doesn't have. So that means like I'm doing for her what you do for me when we're out. So I'm the speaker, So I'm
So she be like,
la
wow.
décision, huh?
So she
You
be
said
like,
what?
wow, you know all that. And you be like, I don't
Right.
know nothing.
I'll be like, girl, I don't know. Let me see. Like, let me see. I said, what did I say today? She wanted another drink. And I said, I remember the audible says one more time. And it's Uncle Mifwa. So I just said Uncle Mifwa. And everybody started laughing. We just all laughed. And they knew what I meant. So that's what mattered. Like
I
I was
love
just
it.
like,
I love it. You're not
one more
afraid.
time.
That's so dope.
That's hilarious. Wolof actually is a written language, but because French, English are the languages used in school, it altered
Which
the
comment are you
spelling.
on?
Oh, my bad.
Highlight it for me.
Look, I'm just reading. Yes, that one. Yeah, it is written. I didn't mean like it's not written, but that what you see, like when you go to the stores, when you read the signs and stuff, normally it's not in Wolof. But yes, that's very true. It is a written language. You have to learn the Wolof alphabet. Yes.
Where are you at?
Oh, my bad. I
Oh wait.
highlighted it. My bad.
No.
Wolof
I
actually is
no.
a
I
written
was
language.
trying to find it on here. I was like, oh, did I miss some? I must have missed some.
Oh.
Oh, okay. We on the this one. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then Vibrant Organic. She said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just putting the. I don't know. It's just she or he. I'm sorry. Um, Vibrant Organic
Oh
said,
yeah.
I read something about women can't wear shorts or tank tops in Senegal because of the strict Muslim law. That's crazy that people been saying that.
Who said that? Oh my
I,
gosh. If you
you
see
know
where
what?
I was
Someone told.
today, like
Yeah, someone told somebody else that had just moved here. And I was like, what? They be having like lingerie in the windows at the stores and shorts everywhere.
you
Like, what?
need
Like,
you need to look up Senegalese music videos because in the music
right.
videos, I don't know where the strict law come from. There is like a code of conduct type of deal where like you're not gonna wear a bathing suit to the grocery store type thing, but
Right.
like but if you're at the beach, it's cool. It's not.
Yes.
It's not. Somebody asked me this when I did my interview with Go Black to Africa, and I like, is there a dress code? And we was like, nah, but we didn't have time to like go into it. And I was like, look, man, like if you go to a club, you wear club clothes. If you go to the beach, you wear beach clothes. If you
Right.
go to a wedding, you wear what they wear to weddings. If you go to a funeral, like how we do, people wear black. Or people, like it's certain
Right.
stuff, but it's not a law. It's just culture. Half the
Yeah.
time, people wear certain stuff because of the environment and the weather
Right.
conditions. Because let me tell you about these mosquitoes. Like I feel much more like I'm gonna show you my dress. I have this long dress on that I wore to the thing
Oh, that's cute.
because her party was outside in her backyard. There's trees
Yeah.
and stuff, and I don't want to get bit up at 6 o'clock when the mosquitoes come out. And I get air ventilation, so it's like you could wear shorts if you want to, but after a while, depending on where you live, maybe not in Dakar because it's not as many bugs, but um, you're gonna have to adapt to the heat. You're gonna have to adapt to other things. You can wear jeans all you want, but sometimes your skin might not be able to breathe, so you might want to wear
Hmm.
something loose.
Right.
It's
Jeans
just
are
it's just
horrible out here.
and there's a lot of dust where I live, so people
Yeah.
wear like how people in the desert wear those things and they go around their mouth,
Hmm.
like because the dust be blowing on you, and a lot of the girls I don't want dirt in my hair. I be wanting to cover up my head too because the sand be blowing when a car go by on the dirt
Hmm.
and it just be blowing and then I gotta wash my locks. Like, it's just some stuff is just becomes tradition because of other things and people just assume. My friend asked me, can women drive there? I was like, huh?
Yeah, they
Oh
be in their
God.
Range Rovers pushing that thing. Mostly everybody got Range Rovers. I feel like. Yes, that's
Mm.
crazy. No, that just reminded me of a time when we were walking past the mosque this past summer, It was a certain
Mhm.
mosque that was like the Grand Mosque. And I did not know that there was this rule that you have to be dressed a certain way to go past the
Yeah.
mosque. So I'm just dressing like
Uh-huh.
I be dressing, and no one ever says anything. And there's lots of people that dress like me, by the way, that wear the crop tops and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this particular mosque, you're not supposed to dress like that. And it was so funny for me to experience that the hard way, because I'm walking down the street with the kids, and we were on our way to get the mango slices. And everybody, like, when I walk down the street, people notice me, and they just also are nice, even if they don't know me. So it's normal for them to talk, right? You walk down the street, it's like,
Mhm.
hey, hey. So we're walking down the street, and I'm thinking, as we're getting closer to the mosque, I'm thinking that that's what's happening. I'm like, hey, hey, yeah. I'm walking, and I'm like, oh, yeah. And then the energy starts changing a little bit, where it seems like it's like a little different than just like a hey. And I'm turning to the kids, and
Mhm.
I'm like, it's getting a little interesting. Like, people are kind of like pointing a little bit. And they're like, I don't know. Y'all, like, let's keep
Mhm.
going, y'all. And so and we got to the front of the mosque, and this guy was like, hey, come here, come here. And I kind of came to him a
Oh,
little bit, but in America, we don't come to guys and tell us to come here. And
yeah.
I got my kids. I'm like, damn, you bold. You ain't even gonna wait till my kids. So I kind of came a little bit, but he wanted me to come really close, and I was like, no, I'm not coming to you. And so and so it was some women that were on the other side, and they were like, like telling me, Didia, like telling me to go around. So finally I got it.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, and they were like, yeah, yeah, like I'm like, oh, like Jesse Desale, Jesse Desale. Like, and so we
I
we
didn't
ended
know
up
that.
walking
What
around
mosque
to
is
get.
that?
You said what?
What mosque is that? Where was that?
It was it's like, I think it starts with an L, like the Lai Grand Mosque. It's in Yoff. It's here in Yoff. Yeah,
No,
it's like
I
the
didn't.
grand
I
one.
never knew. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I know
it's
when you
you
go
right.
to Tuba, like
Mm-hmm.
you can't wear pants. My friend said, but
Right.
like even it's. I know when you go in the mosque. I went in the mosque in Tuba before, but I think even being in the city of like she said the city, and she was at a gas station, and some older gentleman was like, "Hey, something," because I think if you have pants, you have to like tie a skirt around you or tie a thing
Yeah.
around your waist or something like that. I was
Right.
like, pants, really? But I guess it's just like form, people here is like brick houses, so it's like I I'm distracted by it. So I'm like, dang, look at all
Right.
these women, stacked like what's it called
Right.
it, Meg the Stallion and stuff.
Right.
But
Right.
so yeah, so she said that's what somebody told her to do, and but he kind of was like mean about it or whatever. She was like, maybe he thought she was Senegalese and she's supposed to know. I don't
Yeah.
know, but
Yeah, that was the problem with the guy, when he was just, it was like rude. And when I went around to the women were like understanding, because they're like, okay, obviously, you're a foreigner. And then there was like a group of
mm,
men that started like yelling at me, like they started being like, hey, hey, hey. And so the women started yelling at the men, like she knows, like we're good, like we got her, like. So I was just like, okay,
uh-huh,
well,
uh-huh.
let's get out of here, y'all,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
okay,
I
but
think
yeah, it's
it's
not strict.
interesting. Yeah, I think it's interesting how like that can happen, and it's like usually the men the ones that have the problem, and I'm like they must be like what they see, but
Right, right, exactly. But other than that, no. Besides the place
yeah,
that you mentioned, the Tuba.
Tuba, yeah,
Well, every time I say
yeah,
Tuba, I want to say Tuba. But yeah. Besides that place, and then going in front of the Grand Mosque, it's not. No one cares.
hmm.
People be
Did you
surprised.
see
You know
the
how I
comment?
like do my dance videos out in public and stuff. And
Uh-huh.
some people were like, "Oh, like
Yes.
I know they don't like that." No, they be laughing at me, or some of them join in. Like,
No, man. Watch the Senegalese music videos, yo. Like, what do you think they doing?
right?
No, like, oh my gosh, people are so funny. But
Seriously,
let me see. I think I missed the comment. Maybe I didn't hear you say it or whatever. Sarah was talking about, I guess, the hospital or people getting sick. She's like, She's like, I'm always like,
Oh,
what happened? How did they die? I don't know.
oh,
And then she said, I'm a healthcare provider. So she asked question, what was it? A smoker, diabetes, hypertension, aneurysm? And they're like, and I guess her husband is like, it was God's will. That's it. That's all they say. And I'm just the same. My husband's the same way. People will pass away, and I'm like, what happened to them? They were young. Like, what happened? And he's like,
oh, I
they were
see it.
sick.
Hmm.
That's it. She's like, oh, he was sick. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yes.
what?
It's very simple.
Like,
That's right. You know, it's the same.
I have,
It's the exact. Yeah. It's the exact
no, I was
same
gonna
way
say I
with
have
the
this like
herbs and
need to
stuff.
know.
Say it
Hmm.
again.
I said we have this like we need to know everything. We need the answers and the reasons.
Right.
Yes.
And it's not, yeah, it's not even supposed to be like that because it's the same way with the herbs and stuff. Like when you have a nebadai or something, you know, moringa, and you ask like, what does it do? It's like it's good, like everywhere. It's good for this. It's good for that. It's good. Like that's the answer for every herb. Like I'm like,
Hmm.
wait, but I
Hmm.
need to know specifics. Like, no, it's just good for the body. But look how simple that is. Like, just take it.
Yeah.
Like, you're
Yeah.
supposed to be taking it
And
every
that's
day. Like, that's,
it's funny. I never thought about that part, but like that annoys me a lot that people don't. They're not able to explain themselves. Like, so I'll ask Amadou a lot of questions, and he won't know cultural stuff, why they do this, or what's the origin, or what's the this. But I think because we come from a multicultural place, people are always explaining. Like in my African American culture, we jumped the broom because the slaves could. We always know, but like and we explain it. But like here, people don't have to explain themselves, so they never
right.
have a reason to explain. And I think because the world is getting smaller now, I think it's important for the kids to know because people just like import stuff and copy off of other cultures and the West and all that stuff, and they don't know what they're doing, what the end result could be like, for nature or whatever the bad habits that we
Right.
have because we're
Right.
watching the Kardashians every weekend. And so it's like I think people should teach the kids here more about like why aloe vera is good and what it's for
Yeah.
and why this is good and what it's for. So then when the stranger people come with other stuff, take this pharmaceutical, take this, they'll be able to stand on something instead of just okay, it's better because that's what they take
Yeah.
over there. I'm gonna try that,
Right.
and you don't have to go. So I think that in order to keep those traditions, we gotta start educating on certain
Yes.
things because they'll just be like, we do this, just take a shower in this stuff, and it's for good. Like sometimes we
Yes.
do the prayer bath, and it would be like, what is this for? For protection, and I'm like, well, what's like what specific like
Right.
I want to know what
Yes.
it is. Like, you know, but like they
Yeah.
don't ask a lot of questions. Like they just do
They
it.
don't. It makes it hard, you know, with me, with my business of the naturopathic healing, and I try to transfer over to the herbs and stuff here, but it's like, and then it's being that some of the stuff they only say it and they only have it in the Wolof language. Some of the things might be French, and then it's like trying to transfer
Hmm.
that into, and this everything just does the same thing. It's
It's
like I
hard.
don't. Do I just take it all?
Hmm.
I just take all the herbs like every day, like yeah. That's funny.
Oh man, let's see.
Right.
Let me
Tuba is
see.
the holy city. No, no
Yeah,
alcohol,
no,
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 no public music.
no public music.
Um, Atmosphere said, is there inflation there at this time? Hell no. Uh-uh. No, that's not even a
Not at
thing.
all.
Uh-uh.
Mm-mm. That's not gonna work here.
Right.
Wait, remind me what inflation mean again. Let me look it up, make sure I
So
know what
that's whenever, like right now in America, the prices
the
of
prices
pretty much
go up.
everything, home, food has went up like over 7%. So inflation is like the highest than it's ever been right now in America, where all of our
Mm,
basic needs, you know, we're having to pay a lot more,
mm.
thousands of dollars
So
more than what we were even 5 years ago.
that won't work here
Mm-mm.
because people here are more self-sufficient and resourceful. So if the prices at the ocean go up, they just not going to ocean. They're going to the market.
Right.
If the prices in the market get too high, they're gonna eat right. So they're gonna figure out something. It's not like no dire situation. It's people farming stuff, it's people building stuff, it's people making stuff like on their own. They don't have to necessarily buy a car part, they can make a car part, they can weld it. Like
Mm-hmm.
people figure out so much stuff. They don't just
Yeah.
buy, consume like we did. They build stuff
Yeah.
like my desk right here. It was built. I didn't buy it. Like they built it. Like, people work
Right.
with their hands and, figure out stuff. They cook for themselves. They don't have to buy restaurant food or, you know,
Mm-hmm. And I think
or people figure
everybody
it
is
out.
like, inflation would inflation here would like knock off the whole like community thing. Like everybody, working together for the price to make sense for everybody, it would just throw that whole thing
Mhm.
off, and everybody would just be like, you might be like, oh, I get to raise my price, but then the price is raised for what else I need to get, so it just wouldn't make sense here versus where in America the government makes all the decisions and we just have to say yes. It's just no, inflation is normal too there. That's the norm.
I think
Um
Sarah had mentioned, I didn't see this. I don't know if I'm saying it right, Sarah, but that's what I've
Sarah,
been saying.
Sarah.
She was talking about the Taliban that the families often give their kids because of lack of funds to provide. So
Mm.
in some scenarios, and she said the problem was addressed when several children were abused. The government
Oh.
stepped in a few years ago, and I think
Mm.
that's a good point because here people do intervene when it comes to children. Like it's not like in the states where it's like you find out somebody was abusing their kids and they would live right next door to you and you didn't know nothing, nobody said nothing. Like here people, if they see something, they will say something. They may not be suspicious enough to put their nose in your business. Like if they don't see it, they're not going to look for it. But at the same time, if somebody knows, like people, like there's people who take in the Taliban boys, like they may yeah, I think my mother-in-law did before. Like there was a neighborhood guy and he was a teenager and he ended up living with them, and he learned a trade, ended up sewing, becoming a tailor, and
Mm.
he was like helping out because here you need people in your house. So like if you have somebody, you can go travel if you have somebody at your house, or you can go you can do stuff and somebody's helping clean up, or somebody's
Mm.
for room and board, or like they just become a part of the family. And so now he's married with he's like in his mid 20s probably. He's married with his own company, like his own shop and everything. But like he was staying with them because the place where he wasn't as adequate or whatever.
Right.
But so sometimes, yeah, people do kind of in a way abandon, I guess you could say abandon, but leave their kids in the care of these places for longer term because they may be from a more unstable background or country, another country, because a lot of kids they don't even speak like a local like they may speak another language, like they may be from neighboring African countries too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that's good. The government
Yeah.
stepped in. That's good.
Yeah, that's really
Uh,
good. Penny Rivers. So my question is, Peace Corp the best way of learning Wolof?
if you're not in
Um,
Senegal or Gambia, you know they have
yeah.
virtual classes. Though I had a teacher in Gambia teaching me before I came on Skype in a group. Um, yeah, it, I
Yeah,
mean
as long
it's
as you're
one way.
speaking it, maybe Sarah knows more about the Peace Corps learning, but as long as whatever method that you're using, as long as you're using it, because I know a lot of people that come down here and get lessons and they don't know nothing because they're not speaking it. They just kind of
Mm-hmm.
paying for it. Okay, let me try not to. She said, laughing out loud, y'all are cracking me up. Nobody knows the dose. That's why they don't
Those
take it. They see they see us picking stuff. How much do you take? Everyone wants the American medicine, not the juju. Right. They don't be caring about the dose.
Yeah.
Just take a handful. Just take a piece.
Mm-hmm.
Atmosphere said, um, recommend any places to purchase cars. I think
America.
online from here. I mean, here. Okay, definitely here. Yeah, if you're trying to buy locally, the cars are going to be a little bit more expensive than they are in the States because they
Mm-hmm.
have to ship them over. So
Mm-hmm.
you're automatically going to pay like a minimum 2-3 thousand more to get them over here. Maybe it's worth
Mm-hmm.
it depending on your situation. They do have car lots. I don't know any of the names of the car lots, but I see them all the
Yeah,
time.
they have
And
car
then
lot.
you can go
Yeah,
online.
they have.
Like there's Expats a car. There is Coin Afrique, coin like coin, and then Afrique in French. Those two sites I
Yeah.
know are really good to finding cars online.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
Yeah, right. Um, y'all know
Yeah.
any herbalist or holistic practitioners out there?
Yes,
Besides me,
I know
um,
one. Yeah,
you do. You
I know
do?
two now. Well, you
Right.
and but I know there's a gentleman that's a friend of my brother-in-law. He's out of the Casamance area.
Oh.
That's where he has a practice. He has a degree, whatever degree that they call it here, for natural medicine or
He speaks
herbal.
English?
No.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Cause I'm about to be
Mhm.
listen, y'all. I'm gonna be fluent by December, okay? I'm determined. um,
Mhm.
but I don't think let me think. I don't know anyone else. I know that there's a natural medicine hospital. If y'all look at one of my videos not too long ago, I posted a video of us going to the hospital here where they have nothing but herbs and everything. And you go
Mhm.
there and get like a real checkup. You can see me getting that. They was beating on my chest and doing all this weird stuff. And then gave me the herbs and stuff. And even at the pharmacy, I noticed that people will get herbal stuff like from the pharmacy, which I think is so dope. hmm
What else we got?
oh, my bad. I'm just highlighting everything. Sorry, I said Amadou got
Mhm.
you taking baths from the how do you say that?
Marabou.
Maribel? Marabou.
Marabou.
Let me show y'all our
Hmm.
cabinet. We got juju baths and all of our herbs. Both of us come from the Marabou lineage. Oh, nice. That's dope. I would love
Hmm.
to see your cabinet. And then the prices go up.
Um,
hmm
I know the price of lamb go up during Tabasco time.
Oh, right. Uh-huh. And then
Them lambs
fish went up.
big.
So Vibrant Organic says, what happens if you go broke in Senegal? I know they don't have any help. Yeah, agencies just saying. So I knew a couple that moved here like 7-8 years ago, and they were not able to afford their apartment that they got, and they stayed in a hotel for free for like 7 months. So, if you go broke, you just figure it out. You need to just figure it out.
Yep.
But then no
Yep.
one's gonna leave you on the streets. You're not gonna go hungry and you're not
Mhm.
gonna be homeless. Not in Senegal.
Because people have it to share. Nobody is in debt like that to be like too stressed to share. I love this question, Vibrant
Me too.
Organics. This is a beautiful question right here.
hmm
What local people do is they rely on their people and people have it to give. Like they have, even if you got to crash on somebody's sofa or in their spare room and all the kids sleeping in one bed, like they
hmm
figure it out. Um, but just like when my aunt-in-law had a hospital, she had a surgery. She had to, everybody put in the pot. Like there you go. And she got her surgery and she's fine. Like when you don't have, everybody has what everybody has. So if I got a car, Dayla got a car. If and nobody's worried like if you're gonna crash my car, la la la, and all this other stuff because it's already paid for, number one. So that eliminates one
Right.
stress, factor. It's like the material things here don't have the same weight as what they do over there.
Mm-hmm.
And people share everything. If I got a TV, you got a TV. I'm gonna do with his friends. If I got a jacket, if I got Jordans, you got Jordans. Like that's just how it go
Mm-hmm.
here. So
Yes.
you don't feel
Yes.
like you
Okay. I'm
need your
sorry.
own.
With my bad, sis. You just reminded me. That sharing thing is real because when I first came here, I didn't realize that when I take off my shoes, somebody might put them on and go somewhere, and my shoes gonna be gone, and I'm gonna be trying to go. I was like, "What in the world?
Don't you just feel like
What?"
these are mine? These are mine. Don't take them. Like we're so possessive. It's crazy. It's sickness.
Yes.
It's a sickness for me. But I'll own up to it every time. But yes, I have extra shoes in
Yeah.
the store, and people still when they wear my shoes, even if their feet is smaller than mine, I'm like, you stretching on my shoes, like you,
Yeah.
like these are my shoes. Like I don't care. I don't want your
Yes.
feet in
That
my shoes. My feet may be dirtier than yours, but I still don't want you in my shoes.
right. Like
Like
you just don't even care. Like you just gonna
oh,
put my shoes on. I'm like, that is so funny. I
that's what
remember
it is. That's
I did a video shoot one day and Rob was with me to translate and somebody took my shoes and I was so mad. I'm like, Rob, tell them, give me back my shoes. Like
they go.
how you
That's
just gonna
one
take
thing.
my shoes?
That's one thing they gonna learn about us. The more of us get here, they're gonna be like, "Oh, Americans don't share shoes." Just know that.
Right.
Like,
right.
if we don't, I cannot get over it. Yo, I will give you
Right.
shoes. I will buy you shoes. Like,
Yeah, I didn't had a
no.
few times. I just had to be like, all right, okay, I'm gonna wait for him to get back because he didn't went to the boutique with my shoes on.
Oh man,
and
and
shared
I'm
me.
gonna do. And I'm gonna do no better. He still gives my shoes to people. Like, well, they need the shower shoes. I'm like, you didn't ask me for my shoes. At least let me be a part. Let me be a part of the sharing experience.
right. Let me
Ask me
be a
for my
part.
shoes. Let me be okay with it. Okay, here you go.
right,
I don't get no participation or nothing.
right. That's so funny.
But that's the thing, they don't care about the material stuff like that. So whoever has, everybody has. No, nobody is broke here. They think they broke, and they be like, "I'm gonna go to America and make some money." Ooh, I hate when they do that. I'm gonna go to America and make some money. You gonna spend it all over there too.
Right.
But
Mm-hmm.
but yeah,
Yes, some of
nobody's
them.
broke.
Let's be clear. Some of them. Some people be like, no, they don't want to come to America. But there are some people that do wanna go to America, and just don't
Mm-hmm,
know.
mm-hmm. They don't know. But whatever we have, it gets shared. And I learned that over the years. And that's why I was
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, give me a big house so I can have my little, and I can share the pieces that I want to share. I can share this room and that room. This one I don't want to share. Like,
Right.
I need to have my own stuff. I'm American. I gotta feel like it's mine. Mine.
right. Atmosphere said, "What's your guess as to how many Black Americans are living there?" I feel
Mm,
like the Burna Boy
I would
concert
say,
gave us even more perspective on that because the whole section was American, like on the one side.
mhm. And it depends on like there's a lot of people from America that are Senegalese American that have come back. Like they went to school there, grew up there, and they back like Akon type of people. Um, there's um there's what's it called it? I would say because in the group that we have, there's about 140 people. Not everybody is on Facebook. Not everybody is in that group. I see a lot of people in the other expat group, the big one. But I would say probably, and you got to think of what's his name? All the people he be bringing over, our boy,
hmm
um, with his organization, RJ Mahdi. Like it's a
Right.
lot of people that is not on social media, but I be seeing, So I would say mm, maybe 1,000 or more.
I was thinking around that too. It's a lot more
And
than
it's
we think. It's
family.
a lot more than people think when they come here.
Right.
You'll be yeah, we're surprised
Mhm.
like, oh, y'all American.
And
Oh, you speak English, American.
'cause all those Black American restaurants, like the one that you told me was like having problems, and then the other one, the new one that I told you about,
Mm-hmm.
like if it's
Mm-hmm.
Black American restaurants, it's people that been here, it's families here. So yeah, I would give it 1,000 at least, because the
Mm-hmm.
country is big. Not everybody's in their car, or people are all over.
Right, right. Sarah said, she said Casamas. But that's the land of agriculture and natural medicine. Yes, I cannot wait. I am
Hmm.
so excited to go there and just be.
Yeah, that's what she was telling me, to get the real honey from, and somebody else told me to
Yes.
get the real oil, like peanut oil to cook with,
Mm-hmm.
instead of
Mm-hmm.
like sunflower oil that they be trying to sell up
Yeah.
here.
Yes. That's
Hmm.
really good. Yes. If you have connects, Sarah, on Cosmos, send them to me, girl. I will appreciate it because I'm trying to get all the links so I can put them all together when I get there. Cosmos been calling me since I got here. Vibrant Organic said that's beautiful. I'm vegan, so all I need is mango, as a mango or two. Yeah. Yeah, we're vegan too. So that's the thing though. Like, let's talk about fruits and seasons because we're not
I
used
love
to,
it'd
Americans
be
are
like
not used to,
Christmas.
yes, we're not used to seasons. We're used to having our food year round. We're spoiled like that.
Hmm.
And there's another reason why it doesn't have any nutrients in it because it's not even supposed to be, you know, there for us to eat. But
Hmm.
here, the seasons are real. So it really is watermelon season and mango season. We're going right into it now. There's the strawberry
Detox,
season.
detox. We just finished detox.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
the
Everybody's been eating detox.
plantain plantain season. I'm getting my plantains right now. So it's nice having seasons. It makes you look forward. It makes you look forward
Yeah,
to the next one.
yeah.
Watermelon season, like, I think
Have
that's
you
over
had
now. You just start seeing them. Coconuts.
have I just got the name of this dang fruit today. It's guava. It's not guava. It's guava. It looks like the watermelon.
Well,
It looks like a watermelon, but it's oval and it's darker with no lines on it. When you open it
that's
though, it's like
it.
it doesn't know if it wants to be a cantaloupe or a cucumber. And it's like if a cantaloupe and a cucumber had a baby. That's what it's like.
Oh,
Literally. And a pumpkin, because it got
I know what
pumpkin
you're
season.
talking about. I know what you're talking about. It's open like this, and it's dark. Yes, yes, yes. It's a
Yeah.
melon, but I don't remember the name.
Hmm.
Yes,
That
it's a
is
melon. I've
such
had
a
it.
delicious
Hmm.
fruit. Yeah. We've been like binging on
Yeah,
that. I
kind
just
of
tried it for the
cantaloupe
first time last
texture.
week. Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cantaloupe. Yeah, 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 but it tastes really good. I
Yes.
remember
I
that one.
love that fruit. Yes.
Where we at now?
So I said, I'm vegan too. Bring seeds, mama. Vegetarians ain't a thing. Yeah, veganism. Yes, bring seeds. Luckily, our vegan community is growing. Like, there's more restaurant. We have a vegan bakery. We have vegan restaurants now. They're Black owned. So go into the Vegans in
Hmm.
Dakar group. I think it's one more other group that's for vegans. But
Oh yeah,
yeah, it isn't the easiest here. I think we just got to be creative. But I
it
mean,
takes
there's
time to find
vegetables.
stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it may not be labeled vegetarian or vegan. Like, for local people, it's just what it is. Like, they don't label stuff that much. But like, there's a lot of places that we haven't found yet, because it's not like it's everything's gonna be online, or everything's gonna be on Instagram, or everything's gonna be have a website. So you kind of have to word of mouth certain things too, and that's why
Mm-hmm.
people be real resourceful and helpful here. Like the expat community, always everybody always be like, can I bring you something from the States, or does anybody need me to take something back to the States when they. And so
Mm-hmm.
people are just always sharing information, and more helpful than we would have been if we were in the States. To be like, figure it out yourself, like, I
Yes,
don't
because
have time.
it's every man for himself out there.
Hmm.
That's absolutely true. So I think that it is about that time, guys.
Yeah, they were shy today. Nobody wanted to come on,
I
show
know,
their
right?
beautiful face.
Yes, but there will be
Somebody
next
asked
week.
for shipping
Yes.
advice. You gotta ask a specific question for us to be able to figure out what you mean. But yeah, because it depends
Yeah.
on the person. Shipping advice. The advice we
Oh,
give has to depend on what. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It
yeah, yeah.
depends
We
on
need
what your
more.
situation is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
more
shipping
information.
what? Shipping a car, shipping your whole life. If you can avoid shipping, I would avoid it. But if you
Yeah,
may need to ship a car or something. If you're
yeah. I
shipping
would try
stuff
to
that you
avoid
can
it if
make
you have
money
to.
with,
Mhm.
you can
Mhm.
always do arrows. You don't have to do a container too. So, but yeah, if we have more
Mhm.
information, you can email us also. I'll put my email to thing.
Yeah,
Like questions and
definitely. And
stuff
then I
like that.
always tell
I
people
have
if you said what's this?
I said questions. I don't have a problem answering like stuff like this. You can tell me what the specifics are, and we can give you advice. That's not a problem.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I always tell people when they're looking for shipping connects is you'll be surprised how many people in your state or your around your city or maybe the state next to you are shipping to Senegal. So you really want to check like locally. Like there's a lot like I end up finding places in like Texas. I have a connect in Texas and one in New York. But you can just kind of play around with the groups, like go into one of the groups and then ask if they have a shipping connections in your wherever you are. And that's normally how I see people just find them. It'll be the same state they're in or right next door to it. And they'll be able to find them. Mm. The gyms are free to the public. No, that is another fib that someone must have shared online or something. No, the gyms aren't free, but they might as well be because it is cheap. But no, they're
They
like
have those outdoor areas.
oh right,
Like
because Senegal
that's
is the
what they
most
maybe.
working out country you'll ever find on this entire earth. I don't think anybody is
Even
leaving
if they be
Senegal.
smoking cigarettes, they
They
still
be
work out.
they be smoking cigarettes and they be doing this. You let me show y'all the workout that I love of the Senegalese people. Look, this is my favorite workout. It be this workout they do, and they put their hands behind it and they go like this. And they be like it's not even really doing much, but it's still doing something. And I love that. Like no matter what the age is, it'll be like a 70-year-old man. He just put the cigarette down and he gonna do his little. I'm just like, I love to see it. Like, yes, they are so active. But
Hmm.
yeah, the gyms are like walk in. I've noticed it'd be like 1-2 thousand a day to walk in, and then it'll be like 15 to 20 a month. Thousand,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which is what, twenty
$30.
dollars almost. Oh, okay, 30. So 30 a month, or if it's 1 to 2 thousand a day, that's like $2 to $4 a day.
Yeah, 30
And
bucks a month is really expensive. People wouldn't pay
yeah,
that live here.
right,
Yeah.
right. If you're getting your money in the U.S., then that's expensive. But if you're getting safer, then that's a good
Mhm.
price. Hmm. And the schooling is free. I don't think so, but maybe you guys can. I think it's some schools, right?
They
There's
have
some
public
public school.
schools. Yeah,
Yeah,
they have
yeah,
public
yeah.
schools. Most people send their kids to private schools though. They have private schools that can be like $15 a month up to like $100 a month. It just depends. Like
Hmm.
local private schools, and then they have foreign private schools, which can be like 300, 500, 1,000
Right,
US. I mean,
right.
mhm.
So I'm like, nah, free, nah, nah. It's a good business, right?
Mhm.
That's so dope. Okay, guys, we have done this for about an hour and a half. We really, really appreciate you
Mhm.
guys for
Oh
coming
wait,
on. What?
one
Am I
more.
missing
Can we do
something?
one more
Mm-hmm.
before we go? Penny Rivers. She has a scenario.
Can you highlight it? Where's
You
it
can
at?
answer this one. I can't highlight it. It's just
Oh,
above the schooling one, the schooling question.
oh, okay, hold on.
Penny Rivers.
Oh, okay, okay. So, okay,
We
in
could
Senegal,
close out on
someone,
this one.
okay. In Senegal, someone who come to talk to me in the house, he said he knows English, really couldn't have a conversation with me. How do you deal with that politely and not be frustrated, not having a conversation? Hmm. Okay. Oh, okay. Look,
So if
I'm
we
sorry. Let me
understand
kind of
correctly, I guess the person couldn't speak. They couldn't speak English
so
that
yeah.
well, and so they were saying, I guess they came in their house to talk to them. How do you deal and not be frustrated? You could be
Mm.
frustrated. People get frustrated here all the time. I mean, as long as your frustration don't hurt nobody, like people get frustrated all the time. You should see Dakar traffic frustration. Like, I don't think that's a problem being frustrated and being polite. You know, you can feel how you feel. People here is not as scary because and nobody's like gonna shoot you or do anything crazy. Like, you know, for the most part,
Right.
it's pretty okay to
I think
do.
Yeah, I think we should talk about that next week. Frustration, like normalizing. It's okay to be frustrated
Hmm.
here. But then also, if you don't
Yeah.
want to be in a situation where you're like, okay, I don't want to feel this frustration, but I am. It's really just about letting it go. Because I've definitely been in a lot of situations where I wanted to feel, the frustration, and then I just kind of like be like, like just let it go. Like it's just not even, it's just energy that you,
Hmm.
and depending on the situation, you may not even have to give, if it's like a misunderstanding. And, I know if, as far as language barrier situations, what I constantly tell myself when I am getting into a situation where I feel frustrated is like, this is what I signed up for. I knew I was coming to a foreign country. So this is what it is. I'm just like, it is what it is. Like I don't want to be anywhere else. So I can't change, anybody or, so I just kind of do that little thing for myself and then just try to let it go, you know, just be like, you know,
Hmm.
like it is what
Yeah,
it
it's a
is.
mindset. I express it and release it.
Yeah, it is a mindset thing.
Hmm. Yeah. So I say if you want your child in a good school, you have to pay. Yeah, you don't have to pay a lot necessarily. Well, good school, it just depends on what you mean with good school too, because some schools say they're good and they charge like they're good and they not. They
Hmm.
just as bad as the
Right.
schools in America teaching.
She
Jetta
said you
Jeff,
haven't
I learned
experienced
so
it.
much.
Hmm.
Oh, she shared the experience in another video. Just say Deguma Wolof. They're gonna anglais.
Parler
Just say you
anglais.
don't understand Wolof.
Right.
I speak English. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
they're
I'd
gonna
say
anglais. I forget how
j'ai
to
pas
say that. I
compris.
forgot to say that. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I said
Yeah, my
Deguma, and
go-to.
I mean, but when you say Deguma Wolof, they be like, you know Wolof because you just said you don't understand
Because you
Wolof
just
and Wolof.
said, right. That's funny. I'll be like, parle anglais, j'ai pas compris.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just say, wow.
Mm-hmm.
You remember
Well,
last
this
week I
was
said, I just say, wow.
yes. You said why, and then she said don't say why to everything.
I'm going to be somebody's second, third wife. What she say? Oh, that was
Yeah.
funny.
Yes. Sarah, she
Yes.
got to call in next time so we can learn from the master.
Yes. Right, girl. You got to call on in. Tuterek. Right. Tuterek. That's what I say
Mm-hmm.
too. And they be like, I tuterek. I'll roll off. I'm like, no, did it. You are so
Well, thank
welcome.
you. Oh, thank you, lady. Thanks for rolling with your girls. This
Thank
is
you.
fun.
Yes. Yes. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. This was so awesome. We just really enjoy coming on
Hmm.
here and having the same conversations we were having on the phone, on video,
Yes, we
and
just share it with y'all.
right. And being able to answer y'all's questions and interact with you guys. And yeah, make sure that you guys tune in next week and put on your post notifications if you don't want to miss it. We don't have a time because we just vibing. We just going with the flow like we do here in Senegal.
We
So
just living
yeah,
life, living life.
right.
So
Yes. Okay,
yeah, we
guys.
should be back next week, inshallah,
We right.
if the creek
Right.
don't
We like
rise.
we should look, that's so Senegalese of us now. Like, right? We should be back in a week. We should be so I was like, just turn the
Perhaps.
notifications on. Okay, guys. Thank y'all for
Yeah,
rolling
you'll
with
find
us.
us.
Right, they'll find us.
Love
Thank
y'all.
y'all for the repat. No cap. We hope y'all
Bye,
enjoyed
Benny.
this. We love y'all. Peace out.
Peace.